Hello, good morning. I'm gonna be talking about British Raj and why did they colonize India. Well, British didn't come to India just for fun. They became friends. They wanted money, power, and control over India, and tons of resource like cotton, tea, spices, and huge population. So Britain saw it to a way to get rich. So they wanted strategic powers, and India was like in a perfect location for trade, and they helped Britain control routes across Asia. And of course, Europe back then was like, big competition over every country. They wanted like the biggest empire. Britain wanted to be number one. Well, finally, they used something called civilizing mission, because basically Britain said they were in India to help and modernize and to civilize people. But even though this idea came from believing their culture was superior, yes, and how they got political control is like India was controlled by a company from Britain, like from British East India Company, I believe. It acted like a government to collecting taxes, making rules, and collecting lands. They also used divide. They also used like divide and rule, meaning they kept like Indians separated so they couldn't unite against them. After the 1857 rebellion, British, I don't know how to say, freaked out and took full control over India, and was then ruled directly by the British crown, which with governors and whole British run system, and Indians barely had any say in government. So yes, and economics like changes and justification happened where the British changed India's economy and benefits of themselves. So they bought things like railways, telegraphy, and postal system, and said it was for India's development, but really it helped them move troops and resources faster. And India became a supplier of raw materials, suppliers of raw materials, and Britain became the manufacturer, the one who built, and most profit went back to Britain, but not Indians. So they also charged high taxes, saying it was needed for order, which gain mostly helped them stay in power. And in social and cultural views, I think the British saw themselves as a racially and culturally superior. They created separate spaces like British clubs, British schools, British neighborhoods, and didn't even mix much with Indians because they thought they were higher classes also. And they pushed English education and British culture, something like that, something of their religion towards I think. And missionaries said that they were uplifting Indian society. So they also used certain reforms like the banning sati to say they were moral leaders, basically using social issues just to stay in power. And yes, in conclusion, I think to some the colonizer perspective, Britain believed that they had good reasons to rule India. Thank you.